Mustafa Kemal Ataturk is known as the father of the Turks and is the founder of today's Turkish Republic. After the demise of the Ottoman Empire and its Sultanate, he became the first Republican president and is highly revered in Turkey over 70 years after his death. His vision of a modern secular society is much in evidence here in Antalya today. I'm sure Ataturk would like to think that today's youth would still be happy to gather underneath his girded loins. Our next port of call in Turkey is Bodrum, the ancient Greek city of Halikarnassus. This is where the old historian Herodotus lived, and where King Mausolus' grieving widow built a tomb for him, so magnificent that it became legend and one of the old seven wonders of the world. Modern-day Halikarnas is also home and monument to one of Turkey's more recent and highly revered relics, Zeki Müren. He was, in Turkey at least, bigger than Liberace, Cliff Richard and Elton John combined, and had as many, if not more, hits and outfits. I met Zeki when I was holidaying here some many years ago, but didn't know the magnitude of his fame. He was loved by so many, and mothers would weep at the thought of hoping he would take their daughter's hand in marriage. Alas, like Liberace, Zeki never married, but kept dogs, enjoyed a colourful wardrobe, and was very close to his mother. The short time I met him, Zeki was a delightful and generous host, whose charming and disarming hospitality still glows in my memory. What's left of it.
But that's us clear of Bodrum and we're on the way to Kushadasi. There's a bit of a blow in the Aegean Sea. Thank you.
At the later dinner sitting, I share with an assortment of singles who've been assembled together and put onto the naughty table. Kathy and I need to make sure we're served and out in time for the late night quiz, as the prospect of winning another Discovery pen has us apoplectic with anxiety. Someone has taken tonight's dining theme as being BBC's John Simpson in a burqa a little too seriously. Early the next morning, we wake to a splendid sunny day as we sail into Kushadasi to visit another site of one of the ancient world's seven wonders, the one time, and no longer there, temple to the Greek goddess Artemis. Still, there are some ruins here well worth a visit. Was that one of them? Before breakfast, I take to the gym for some serious exercise. I will half an hour looking out of the window, followed by another rigorous 30 minutes carrying a cup of tea around the decks. Sweat? You bet. Now that I'm showered and dressed, let's see the sights. This is Kushadasi, the epicenter of Turkey's tourist trade, and every street corner is just packed with tab. Ephesus would have been a harbour on the coast, which is now long since silted up. We take a local bus from the port at Kushadasi and head inland to the ancient Greek city, which is still in pretty good nick today, and a magnet for tourists more interested in heritage than happening. Funny enough, we aren't the only cruise ship to unload here this morning. So here in Ephesus, I'm just standing outside what used to be the brothel, and I see that there are still some ladies trying to ply their trade even today. Tell me, ladies, has it been successful so far? Was it a good price?
Yeah, yes, it was very nice. It was worth it, I think. I'm not certain.
Well, that's just being coy.
A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The Seven Continents restaurant is now open, serving all passengers in the early city. Ladies and gentlemen, bon appetit.
Tonight is captain's cocktails and black tie dinner. Many fellow cruisers will be leaving the ship when we reach Istanbul to be replaced by a new flotilla of fun-seeking floaters. So let's meet and mingle with the suitably single and say bon voyage to the bon voyageurs who will be leaving tomorrow.
It's farewell, and I had no idea I was leaving. I'm afraid some of you are leaving in Istanbul. It's a show of hands for all those leaving in Istanbul. We'll miss you. Anyway, the most important thing is you enjoy the trip.
The party swings along to the Romanian Galaxy duo, who pluck and plunder the best of American and European hits of the 60s and 70s in unforgettable fashion. It's time for dinner and the parade of puddings. It seems to be a ritual to bring out the baked Alaska, bedecked in sparklers, whenever there's a major turnaround of passengers. Still, never spurn a sparkler. This is very exciting, because I'm sure that not many of us have been for a dally around the Dardanelles or been taken up the Bosphorus. Istanbul, where west meets east and east meets us.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On the starboard side of the ship, and ahead of us, this is the European side of Istanbul. Ancient Byzantium, founded in the 7th century BC. The name of the city changed to Constantinopolis. It was a bit of a mouthful, so they reduced it in size just a little bit to Constantinople. A name that was still in use for this city as recently as the Great War.
After docking, many of us head for the hustle and jostle of the spice market and the Grand Bazaar. Fishermen line the bridge over the Golden Horn, finding some fine fish to fry. Now it's time to continue our journey north through the Bosphorus Straits and into the black clouds announcing our entrance into the Black Sea.
Good time of the year to actually take a passage through the Bosphorus. A great range of spring flowers, and it's very nice on a sunny, warm day.
We've been up the Bosphorus. It was a short and quite pleasant little trip. Left the rain thankfully behind, and we're now entering into the Black Sea, which is why I'm so suitably attired. We crossed the Black Sea to the Russian port of Sochi, which is to be home to the 2014 Olympic Winter Games. With our passports stamped, authorizing an official tour visit, we meet our guide.
My name is Marina. I'm making a tour for you in the afternoon. At first we are going to the Hun Mountain, and the next trip afterwards is the Stalin's Dacha. Let's go.
First there is a viewpoint, on top of a hill and a popular destination for photogenic wedding couples. It's basically a tower on a hill with a view over the bay. Then we visit one of the 20th century's biggest mass murderers' holiday homes. Joseph Stalin may have thought his green dacha afforded him camouflage and protection. Here the diminutive and club-fisted Stalin would relax away from the mischief and machinations of Moscow, enjoying and winning a quiet game of billiards with his chums, the few he had left.
Stalin was not a good player at all because of his temper, but he never lost.
An afternoon snack with Russian wines is laid on for us under the gaze of the great, or better said, ghastly dictator.